the moment, I'm still not seeing anything.
Yeah, you and me both.
There we go. I have switched over to commentary 3B, and I think it's there. There it is. Alright, so we're back.
Alright, we got Max in Skullwoods. You know, using that newfound fire rod makes a lot of sense to be there. Cross there as well, so they're likely going to be grabbing their flutes, which is pretty nice. Skipsy over in Eastern apparently found the bow, I'm guessing, in the Mire area. So he is.
That does seem likely.
Eastern. Yeah. And I'm
not
guessing
finding
Dragonstrike turned in that that green pendant.
Yeah, so we are still, you know, massively sequence broken regarding those that lamp and those flippers.
We are in a way, but these guys know their stuff. We've seen them get through all these dark rooms and things. Pretty fine.
Yeah. Dark rooms aren't necessarily the worst, except for Misery Mire, because the Misery Mire dark room can officially go jump off a bridge.
Well, there's a bridge right there to jump off of right before you get there.
Good.
So.
How do you think it got to the basement?
That's right. Beautiful Mothula fight from crossproduct. There's his flute. And we're going to see an Armos fight from Skipsy. Let's see these Armos Knights. I don't believe Skipsy picked up the silvers in Agate Tower. Just got that fire rod. So who knows if they'll end up actually getting that. But grabs a crystal for himself. That is one of the 5-6 crystals as well, which is very important.
All right. So, with respect to the flute, Skipsy's gonna head over to Desert now, do a little checking there.
Makes sense. When you got the small key, you want to kind of check that area.
So one thing that's in the back of my mind right now is I know I need the flippers at some point, right? Because I have to go to Swamp, and I know if I'm Dragonstrike or crossproduct right now, or MaxKetchumz, anyone but Skipsy, I know I need the flippers to get the lamp. So checking anything that's lamp locked right now is sort of counterproductive, potentially, to finishing the seed. I mean, it could be important.
Right, you could still find something important like the mirror, which we still need, but
right,
like you're probably better off not doing that. I think you're right on that point. When we're down to just a few items left, the thing is, we still might need a few more keys. Like we need the big key for Desert Palace to actually finish this game. We do need the Misery Mire big key as well. I think those are the two big keys that we actually need to complete this game.
And of course, we need that Ether Medallion, it looks like, to actually access Mire.
Right. There's still a number of items at large.
And now the flute, being on Mothula, actually does unlock everything that they did on Death Mountain, minus the old man.
That is true. Very true. And it also unlocks, like that Mire area where we know the bow is. I think it's in one of the Mire shed chests. because of just where Skipsy has been, or where we know he's been, and that he has the bow at all. And bow could lead to pod, which is pendant, but could pay off.
Yeah, so once you've got the bow, that by itself just unlocks another 2 chests. And also even unlocks the chests that normally require a single key. You can also get there with just the lamp, or excuse me, the bow and the hammer.
Yeah, but it is a bit frustrating to go into pod with only 1 key. But with that bow, you can check a lot of stuff. You can check a lot of stuff.
Yeah, at this point, pod kind of feels like an out-of-the-way overworld cave.
Yeah, more or less, but it's gonna have, you know, if you use that bow, it's gonna have something like 5 items in it or something like that.
It's an out-of-the-way overworld cave that's basically Hype Cave.
Yeah. And we also have Turtle Rock, which is available, which Max may be going to right now.
Yeah? If it turns out that there is at least 1 more Turtle Rock small key in Turtle Rock, he's gonna feel real good about that.
Yeah, could potentially full clear Turtle Rock, which would leave behind the vanilla big key chest.
That's got a small key in it too, so don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. Since you know.
Yeah, that's not true. I have no idea.
I know. I was comforted for a moment. No, but I like this gamble. This is a fun gamble going into TR here. Skipsy finally heading over to the Zora area. Gonna get that lamp. Likely gonna get that red cane. This is a good path for Skipsy here. And Cross, supposedly about to get a bow.
Yeah, we'll confirm that for sure, but it does seem like the most likely location. There it is.
There it is. All right. That is certainly going to be Eastern Palace for Cross next. I have a good feeling about this, since he does have the big key.
Apparently D is for Meyer. I don't know how that works, but D is for Meyer.
All right. I mean, Desert is kind of there in the light world. Does that count?
D is for Dark Side of Desert.
There you go. Dark Desert.
All right, so let's see what's on the Firelocked section.
Yeah, this is a spicy area of TR.
There's another pod key and a T-Rock key.
Wow. Turtle Rock is technically completable right now. Max appears to want to continue. Classic vanilla TR key.
All right, so here's my new prediction. Ready? Flippers in the crystal roller room.
Oh, man.
So right before you would need the lamp.
It's so cruel. But, I mean, these guys all already sequence broke for lamp. They're in good shape. They don't have to deal with that. But it's fun to think about these things. Oh, no! Max taking a death here from the Chain Chomps. Vicious.
Upside, he can get his magic back. I like to see a bright side to every death. Other than the bright red screen that happens.
He gets to start back with 7 hearts. Not the worst. So Dragonstrike did also manage to pick up that bow. he's now in pretty good shape to clear Eastern, but you know, there's not really anything here, unfortunately. Crossproduct forgot to check the big chest, I think. He's got a 4 out of 6 on his compass tracker.
Whoops. But, I mean, at least it doesn't really matter that much. It's just a big heart.
Right. I wonder if he's realizing that right now.
I missed what MaxKetchumz picked up in that,
It was a big 20.
Okay, good.
In the chain shop room, so nothing too exciting, but that Turtle Rock small key was really exciting, so I'm sure he's feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I do not expect him to go to the vanilla big key chest. He could. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, but you can grab this key off the pokey and then just leave the chest. He's looking at it longingly, but you do need to grab this key off the pokey if you want to do this strategy. Okay, he's realized that. Or maybe he's gonna go for the vanilla chest. Who knows? This is a tough call to make. I mean, you get to actually clear the dungeon, which is really nice. But leaving that behind, if that's something important, like a big key to another dungeon, you could be in trouble for a while.
Yeah, until you find that final small key, which could turn out to be pretty big. And crossproduct goes back in to pick up the big chest.
He did notice. I mean, what are you gonna do? Alright, so Skipsy with that fake flippers play into Ice Palace. We know this isn't, like, amazing. We don't actually know what's at Sahasrara, so it could pay off. And we don't actually know what's at the pedestal. Cross was, like, on the way to check it.
So, interestingly enough, MaxKetchumz skipping the big key chest, or the big chest.
That is a surprising gamble.
I'm not sure I can agree with that one.
Yeah, I think when you come here, you just commit. But maybe he's not thinking about, you know, what he has access to right now. There's Ether for Meyer! Holy smokes!
Okay, it's not flippers, but now flippers will be in Meyer.
Oh my goodness. Alright, Max is making the plays right now. And you gotta think he's gonna go over to Meyer soon and grab that bow and jump right into Meyer. Now, he doesn't have the big key for Misery Meyer. That's still an important thing that we need to complete it, but there's a lot of item locations in Meyer itself that are normally just keys and garbage that you don't need. So in Keysanity, those actually become a lot more valuable.
Yeah, and I've seen the Misery Meyer big key in Misery Meyer more times than I care to have done so.
Agreed. I think crossproduct's going for Turtle Rock as well.
MaxKetchumz was very carefully making his way to the safety door because he's going to attempt some laser skips here, and, you know, for me, that's about 3 or 4 guaranteed deaths.
It is not an easy thing to do, especially without boots. Doesn't have a lot of magic, never picked up that half magic. And there's the first death. Those lasers do so much damage. Ah, Cross is going back to Hera. Okay. This is fair.
Yeah, he saw that big key and he was like, you know what? Nope.
Another vanilla key in Turtle Rock! Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. And so there's another pod key as well. So pod is kind of opening up.
And it's not that, like, those keys were just in Turtle Rock. They were actually in, like, the chests that they're normally in the vanilla game.
Yeah, I know that one was. Is it the one on the right in the Fire Rod room?
I believe so. Yeah.
Wow. I have not done any NMG runs or anything like that, so I have no idea. But wow.
All right, so that vanilla big key chest is now available for
Yeah.
Max here. So
Now-
he may complete the dungeon and then go back for it.
Now, again, it, like Trinex and all this other stuff, is still locked behind the flippers in the logic because of where that fourth key was.
Absolutely. Well,
Now-
and that you need lamp to even get to this.
Right, that's
part
what I
of
was
the
talking
dungeon.
about.
Yep.
But yeah, you can't always completely stay within the logic, or you're gonna get yourself destroyed.
Yeah, knowing how to do the sequence breaks is part of the game. I mean, like, if you can do those sequence breaks well and efficiently, in a way that, you know, allows you to not lose time and potentially... Oh, I'm
So I think this is not gonna end well for MaxKetchumz.
He might have a green potion? I don't know.
Maybe. I sure hope he does.
He can actually do this if he gets the hammer hits in. But yeah, this is terrifying.
Yeah, but he's been running master sword shots, so hopefully he's got some sort of backup.
And we do see Dragonstrike poking his head in Pod. Skipsy's also there, and there's our yellow suit for Mega Man there in Pod. But yeah, I think these guys are doing great with all their sequence breaks and stuff. They haven't really been stopped by any of that.
Yeah, so MaxKetchumz is gonna need to either utilize the hammer to make it easier on his magic, or he's gonna need to get, you know, no more than 2 misses on any head with his sword slashes. Because it takes 10 hits with the Master Sword to take down a given head.
It's a lot of hits.
I also learned it takes 10 Fighter Sword spins. Oh, and it does look like he's only got enough shots for 7. So this is a guaranteed failure. Unless he uses the
Unless he
hammer.
busts out the hammer, yeah. And it looks like he might be doing that. Alright, here we go. Cross product jumping into Turtle Rock as well.
That's going to be a pretty good play, I think.
It's completable and it's a crystal. And that will unlock the Pyramid Fairy, which is also interesting. First head is down for MaxKetchumz. This is good progress. The good magic bar. Trying to stay alive here.
Ooh, a miss on the shot.
Ouch.
And taking a bite out of Link there.
This is not an easy fight, and he's the only one who missed half magic at the Smiths. Because, I mean, saving and quitting with the frog is time-consuming.
I mean, it feels bad, man.
Yeah.
But this time he's going to make use of that powder to acquire some additional health. And then he can make use of the magic, or the Cane of Samaria. I'd probably go drop the block first. That also works. Make sure you drop the block while it's still refilling. You're also good.
Yep. Haven't really seen anything exciting in Palace of Darkness here, unfortunately, for Dragonstrike and Skipsy.
Yeah. Based on the fact that the pod keys are very late, I'm feeling like pod is kind of a red herring.
Yeah, it's possible. Still missing that mirror. That mirror is huge, and those flippers, obviously. Man, those flippers.
I can say that
bomb jump too. Sorry, go ahead.
We'll probably be go-moding Swamp today.
It's looking likely, but we still need Misery Mire Big Key and Desert Big Key.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed.
Come on, Max. Come on. You got like one more Ice Rod shot in you. Make it count. He's trying to stop him when he was shooting, but he's got to hurry. Oh no!
Oh.
The fire! Got double hit by the fire there. Brutal. Got a Ganon's Tower, small key and pod. Not so good.
So did Dragonstrike just open the door?
I want to say he did, yeah.
All right. I mean, I can respect that.
Doesn't have the big key. Doesn't have the big key. I mean, I think he's done here. Alright, where to, Dragonstrike? What are you up to? Is he going for that sewers chest, maybe? We've seen a bomb jump from Skipsy. Let's see it.
It might have been a little late on the placement. I think he's going to fall.
Could barely make it.
Oh!
Oh!
Shows how much I know.
That was pretty close, though. Oh, man. All right,
It's
Max.
in.
Come on, Max. You got this.
Unless he switches to hammer. I'm not sure he does. There we go.
Cross with some fun Quake strats against these Pokies. I like that.
Interesting.
And we're actually going to see what's in the big chest from Cross, so this will be our first peek at that in Turtle Rock. Oh, Max.
Once again.
He's so close, too. Like,
Yeah, but
this would be a breeze if he had that half magic.
Yeah. I admire him kind of soldiering on here, but it looks like he is going to save and quit. Okay, so we did find out, after skipping that big chest, MaxKetchumz leaves behind another pod key.
Oh, man. These pod keys are adding up.
So if I were cross-product right now, and I found that final small key on the laser bridge, I might be tempted to just mirror. Oh, I don't have the mirror. Never mind.
Yep, that's the big problem here.
You could hear the words coming out of my mouth, and you're like, you're gonna regret this. Yep.
Well, you could death warp and then walk there, and then death warp again, and then walk back to Trinex. But it might just be faster to just beat Trinex and then just go back in. I don't actually know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, sometimes you just gotta bounce out of there.
So it looks like, unfortunately, that after that fight against Trinex, MaxKetchumz has decided to forfeit the race rather than continue.
That is unfortunate. He was on a good path because he was able to actually clear Trinex, but I mean, it's frustrating.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get there.
He was so close so many times.
Do we want to see if we want to talk to him about that?
We can see if we can bring him in here, yeah.
So cross product found that vanilla small key. And an additional heart piece, which is going to make it a little easier for him to survive here.
Yeah, that full refill is really nice. And Cross has the half magic here. So he hopefully won't have any trouble in this fight. You never know. Skipsy is going for that sewers chest now. Dragonstrike is really thinking about what to do next. A little bit at a loss.
Well, the good news is, at least he can kind of take his time now.
That's fair.
Alright, so still no word from MaxKetchumz. I think he may just decide to peace out. I'm not sure I'd be in the mood to talk to anybody at this point either. I do like to give people the opportunity.
I think Dragonstrike might be going for that purple chest now, maybe. Kind of makes sense.
Interesting.
As a place. But we know there's not much there. I think it's just 3 bombs. Alright, Trinex down. Bloomerang is the reward, but there is still one more chest unchecked in Turtle Rock. So we'll see if Cross Product goes back.
Yeah. Do you think he will?
I think you just gotta do it while you're here, personally. You just knock it out. Because you don't want that to come back and bite you. You're also looking for some big items here, like Mirror. Mirror's a big one. Flippers. Flipper's another big one. Need both of those to get into Swamp.
Yeah, the consolation prize after all this convoluted routing and logic is that Go Mode Swamp is likely a thing. Of course, you know, depending on if we find the big keys we're looking for.
Dragonstrike, unhappy with this. Oh. With Gary over here. Unlocked his treasure box. Cross product almost at that vanilla big key chest. There it is, sitting right in the middle of these pipes. It's important. Alright, what's it gonna be?
Jebaited.
Absolutely, only 50 bucks there. Not gonna cut it.
Looks like MaxKetchumz has decided to play a different Zelda game.
Skipsy finds that first vanilla key.
He's like, wait a minute.
That key has a little bit of a different tint to it. What's going on here?
Like, wait, why haven't I gotten a message about this key? What is going on here?
And we've got Dragonstrike going back into ice to check the big chest.
Oh.
This is so unfortunate.
Yeah. Now, of course, cross product is heading into Mire.
Yeah, I think that's where the value's gotta be. There's so many chests to check in here. We don't have the big key, so we can't finish the dungeon. We can't check the big chest. But there's still a lot of other chests to check in here. I think he's doing the right thing.
Alright, so here are my predictions for Misery Mire. Are you ready?
Okay, go for it.
Alright, so the bridge chest will have the big key for Misery Mire.
Ooh. Okay.
And the big chest will have the flippers.
Oh man, that's brutal. And then the question begs itself, where is the mirror? Because my prediction is that both mirror and flippers are at Pyramid Fairy. I'm gonna go with that.
Oh, that would be great.
I think that could be fantastic.
That would be the best.
But I don't think that can happen. So never mind. We'll just say mirror because flippers are required to get lamp and lamp is required to beat TR and Eastern. So it feels bad.
Mirror could be there.
Mirror can be there. We can believe.
All right. Well, my prediction is now shot.
I still want that to be the case. But it would be fun if some items there. Maybe we get boots there. Boots unlock one of these items. We still haven't found boots.
There are the flippers.
Not too far from that big chest, so nice.
Yep, so
that
flippers
is like
and Mire.
Convoluted path to get flippers.
Yeah, and that repairs the sequence break. Now, the game expects you to come in here, grab those flippers, leave, go to the waterfall cave, and get the lamp.
But not only that, you have to go to Zora and get the red cane so that you could go through TR to get Ether so that you could leave before you get to the dark room to come to Mire to get the flippers so you can go back to the Zora area to get the lamp so you can go finish Turtle Rock. It's a good time.
Crossproduct having a little bit of a trouble. The crystal switch needing to be flipped. But luckily, I know from experience, you can go in there, realize your mistake, walk back through, and walk back in there before these torches go out.
Yeah, it's really convenient.
Alright, so the vanilla big key chest will have the big key. That's good. That'll be fun.
A lot of fields for Dragonstrike right now.
I actually don't think it can at this point. Because I think these are two of the chests that actually care about the small keys in Mire.
True. Very true.
Especially when you don't have the big key.
But at this point, you really just gotta clear as much as you can. Only 5 rupees in that vanilla big key location. Skipsy busting out that cape with half magic, gonna knock out this laser bridge in no time. Now, what's interesting is Skipsy did actually open the vanilla big key chest in Turtle Rock, so he's not gonna have to double back. And that works out really great for him.
That's, that's a play you might consider. Pretty strong.
It's a gamble and it paid off.
Here's the best possible troll. You ready for this? You ready for this?
Right, I'm ready.
Misery Mire big chest or big key. Or no, let's say desert big key in Mimic Cave.
Oh god. Alright, well, $300 in that last chest that Cross could check there. He's out of here. Here's the pedestal check. Now you know where the boss hides. So it looks like that's just a compass.
That is, in fact, a compass, yes.
Not very specific to any particular dungeon, though.
Yeah, they don't bother telling you which dungeon the compass is for. Or which dungeon the map is for, which, I don't know.
Skipsy just nuking that right Trinex head with fire rod shots. That was amazing.
You're just like, I am going to burn you to death.
And Cross is jumping right into Ice Palace.
Yep,
Makes a
picking
lot
up
of
those
sense. This is full
flippers.
clearable. Yep. But
That does
I
give
think
him
pod
the
is the play.
access.
Pod is the way to go right now.
Could be.
There are a bunch of small keys up in TR.
Yeah, the real problem with pod is we don't have the big key.
True.
And we've seen a good portion of the chests in pod. Now, I think we have not seen any of the like key for key room chests.
Yeah, Harmless Hellway or Vanilla Big Key.
Yeah. And with 4 keys in hand, that could be a thing.
Absolutely can. 100%. So we might see that from one of these players soon, but only after Turtle Rock. Skipsy's.
Oh, and if I recall
If I know where
correctly,
to go,
there's
but which
another
one am I?
pod key in ice.
I think there is one. So Cross could actually have all he needs to actually full clear the dungeon if he conserves his front door key. It's time consuming because you kind of have to walk down that bowlock side, but it's worth it if you can check all the items in the dungeon.
Yeah. You can conserve the front door key, or you can just hammer jump.
True. That would work too.
So it looks like Skipsy did toss ourselves a bird. He tossed it at the dungeon, though. I'm not sure if that counts. Is there a specific location you're supposed to toss the bird? I don't know.
Typically, people toss it to the left, but I mean, toss the bird as you like. As long as you bird toss, it's still a bird toss. As long as
Okay,
you toss
then.
a bird physically, it's got to be a bird toss, right?
I mean, I guess so. You know what? I'm thinking green pendant is something.
Could be. I'm pretty sure Skipsy turned that in, but we weren't able to actually catch what it was.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe Dragonstrike did as well, I'm not sure. Both of those guys have completed ice, but Dragonstrike is at a loss right now. He is trying to figure out where to go. And I mean, it seems clear that that Turtle Rock is the path forward. At least to us. Obviously, that's not clear to him.
Right. He just needs to go there. He's going into desert right now. But you know, it's not the worst thing.
It's a lot easier sitting here and watching from above than actually being in their shoes.
Yeah. Even though his opponent has forfeited, he does have to finish, or he doesn't get the win.
There's that pod key in Ice Palace. I think Cross knows where he's going right after this.
We just find some bombs in the big chest, not a big deal. Pretty sure we already saw those, but you never know.
Yeah, we saw them from, I believe, both Skipsy and Dragonstrike. Dragonstrike even went all the way back in.
Gross. Alright, so we see Skipsy is going to find his flippers soon.
Yeah, he's zoning in on those, so that's going to be good for him. But what is he going to do with that is the real question. I think he'll realize, oh, I actually have a lot of pod keys now. I think that's where I should be going, actually. If we could get into Swamp, obviously that would be a play that these guys would make, but we just can't. We don't have that mirror.
I see. So I just took a look at Dragonstrike's stream. He has marked Turtle Rock as Quake. He just hasn't marked the fact that he has Quake.
Oh no. I assume he actually has it. I mean, we have awesome trackers here behind the scenes helping us out.
You know, he's finished Hera, so yes. Because the Tower of Hera Big Key was also in Hookshot Cave.
By the way, shoutouts to B-Links and Doo-Doo Dude for tracking things behind the scenes. They're doing an awesome job here today. Wow.
He could definitely figure it out.
That fight was so good.
Beautiful.
It's all Fire Rod.
Oh, I thought he was about to save and quit and not grab the green pendant.
Oh, man. Scared me for a second there.
And it looks like Dragonstrike has figured it out. When he attempted to pick up that mushroom or whatever as he going to the witch, he was like, wait a minute, what's Quake doing there?
Well, at least he's realized. He knows what he must do.
So crossproduct is going to check that green pendant first, and I think he'll turn right around and go into pod.
Makes a lot of sense. Skipsy had forgotten to check Ether Tablet, gets that Hyrule Castle small key that we know they don't need.
Just beautiful.
Maybe Skipsy will be heading off to pod, so this could be a really close race between the two.
Alright, so green pendant just turning out to be small key to Ganon's tower, and crossproduct gonna leave behind a few explosives to show his appreciation.
Not too happy about that. Skipsy taking the 5 portal here. Where is crossproduct going? He's taking the 4 portal. Might be doing Big Bomb here.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
If we find mirror at Big Bomb, which I believe is on the table.
It is on the table. No, it's not. Is it?
Why not?
Because no, it is on the table. You're right. It is on the table.
Yeah,
You're absolutely
mirrors on mirror here is on the table. Also, Misery Mire Big Key here is on the table. Like, I guess Desert Palace Big Key could be on the table.
Yeah, pod Big Key.
Whole lot of things. So, crossproduct a little more aware than me, because I was just like, oh, you gotta go to pod now. But no, there's this thing here. It's got 2 chests in it, and you should check it.
And he'll be right by pod, so he could dip right in if he wants to. I'm sure he does not want to, because he went here first.
Alright, so Dragonstrike is finally making that play on Turtle Rock. He's going to be pretty happy with what he finds here. Sort of.
Vanilla Big Key chest in Palace of Darkness has a full heart. And Skipsy elects to save a key and go elsewhere. There's bombs and the mirror! Wow!
Oh boy, so the mirror is found at the Pyramid Ferry, so that means crossproduct can start heading for various locations, Swamp being one of them.
Swamp seems like a clear one. But you can also check south of Haunted Grove. You can check Bombo's tablet while you're in this area. If he wants, he can go pick up Bombo's, but I see no value in that. Skipsy remembering Magic Bat here. We know that's not going to pay off. I think it was just a compass. Still some searching to do. Still could be anyone's game.
I might check Bombo's tablet before I go in here.
Yeah, I probably would check Bombos and maybe even south of Grove.
Just because Bombo's tablet tends to troll me literally all the time.
The only reason I would probably do that is just because I don't have the Swamp Palace big key. And if one of those things has the Swamp Palace big key, the feels are going to be pretty bad.
I could have swore we saw the Swamp Palace big key.
Oh, did we?
No, I'm making that up, apparently. I'm apparently confused.
But here we go, Swamp Palace.
It can often be difficult to remember the Pyramid Fairy, to be honest.
It's a tricky thing. And the logic to get there is so convoluted, too. If you think about the lamp placement.
So, the way that the race system works is the only information you get from your opponent is whether they've finished or forfeit, and so you can see that in the chat.
Got an exciting tempered sword there from crossproduct in that chest in Swamp, so really nice second chest there.
So at this point, I'm actually, if I'm coming in here, I'm actually pretty glad I didn't get to go mode Swamp.
Exactly.
Even though go mode Swamp is the dream.
You know what isn't the dream? One of the big keys being in Mimic Cave.
And that is 100% on the table.
It's absolutely on the table. I just thought about it as Dragonstrike was passing it by. I was like, oh no.
Now that unlocked at the same time in the logic as all 9 of these locations in Swamp, so, the Swamp play feels a little better.
Oh, certainly more lucrative, and it's a crystal that you have to do anyways. I agree 100% with the play. Even if you find one of the big keys, you're going to take that big key and go to whatever dungeon it unlocks.
Now the question is, does he go left side?
I think you got to do it. I'm searching for 2 important keys here.
All right.
Potentially Boots might be locking one of them as well.
So I'm going to tell you, if I was doing this, I would probably skip, and I'd probably regret it.
Well, we're going to find out, because it appears the cross product is going to check the left side, because he is grabbing this key here.
If it turns out I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I just deal with it.
What also could be important is, left side has the swamp big key. And then you gotta open the big chest and maybe another big key's in there.
Now, I feel like I would skip it first, and then if it didn't have anything, I would go back in.
Sure. And that's a fair play. We see a lot of players make that decision because it is a time-consuming play, especially without boots. I mean, these guys are just walking through the game right now. Extremely slowly. Dragonstrike had to do like a pause there just to be upset about the keys that he's found in Turtle Rock. And it looks like he's going backwards, maybe.
Well, he was.
He was for a second there. I think he's realized, you know what? I should just finish this up and go back in.
So apparently the logic for this particular seed has been just devastating to many of our runners here. Skipsy is kind of taking a look.
Well, you would have been in trouble if you hadn't checked West Wing. We've got a big key for Desert Palace and a small shield over here.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I probably would have gone back.
That's true.
But it would have been a little bit slower because have to go through the first section twice.
So that big key does unlock 2 new items in Desert. One in the big chest and one at Landmolus. And a crystal, so very important. Now we're just missing one more piece of the puzzle. Where is the Misery Mire big key? And will it be locked behind Boots?
I will tell you, if I saw the Misery Mire big key back here, I wouldn't have gone back to left side. And so
man.
then I would have been in trouble.
Alright, nice first phase on Trinex there. Gotta watch his health here, but he's doing well. Oh!
Oof.
Oh no!
Oh.
I had to open my mouth, didn't I?
And
He's got that fairy.
Fairy time. See, this is why you do the preparation. Oh no.
Oh, there's
no.
the Mire
Get wrecked, Dr. Bob.
Apparently. So cross-product is officially in go mode.
We see him completely skip that chest there, because I don't need it.
Yeah, and he's got a tempered sword and silver arrows, so he's gonna be fine. Man, Swamp Palace with the goods. Skipsy now scratching his head, trying to figure out where to go. It's that Pyramid Fairy. This gives Cross Product a huge advantage over Skipsy in this match. It's basically his race to lose now.
Yep. He's gonna need to hit up that Pyramid Fairy. Or Skipsy. He's gotta recognize the fact that has now become part of the logic.
Exactly. Dragonstrike knows his path. There's another big key.
Why not?
Town. Why not? Yeah, let's throw them all in there. Maybe we skipped over one of them. Maybe the swamp one was here too, and he skipped that chest.
Yeah. The Swamp Palace big key can, in fact, be in the Swamp Palace big chest.
Good times. Alright, I think Dragonstrike may have found his path and is going to be picking up that big bomb.
Cross Product playing us the song of his people for a minute. So, I have to ask you a personal question.
Oh man.
Have you ever attempted to go into Mire a second time and use the medallion again?
I can't remember in recent times doing that, but it might have happened once.
I'm not saying that's a common occurrence for me, but I'm thinking it's about at least 50-50 on a double dip to Mire. I'm gonna use the medallion again like an idiot.
Usually when I have to double dip dungeons, I'm very aware of it because I'm just banging my head on the table. It's just in pain.
I think that's the difference here, because you know I've been kind of mainlining Keysanity for the last month or so, and I'm just like, double dip is gonna happen. I'm just so used to it at this point.
All right, so mirror for Dragonstrike. Let's see if he ends up in swamp, but he's heading in that direction.
Now, have you ever tried to flip this crystal switch on a second trip into Mire?
Yes, absolutely.
That absolutely happens, and then you're like, wait a minute.
It's because I died at Vitreous.
Ouch.
Skipsy's having fun with that bomb over there. But he has found his path, so he's gonna be off to check some mirror locations in Swamp pretty soon. Now the thing is, Dragonstrike does not have flippers yet. Oh. So he needs to get into Mire and get those flippers. But he's checking all these mirror lock locations for now.
Oh boy.
Those medallions are throwing him off. Or maybe he just wants to check these now because he's hoping he finds the Mire big key so that he can only do one trip into Mire. That could be the other reason to do this.
Unfortunately, that double dip into Mire is 100% required today.
Absolutely.
Now we do see Skipsy pulling out that mirror here in the Dark World in the Pyramid Fairy, finally.
And where is he off to? Is he just walking to Swamp?
Could be.
Could also go to Pod, but I think Swamp is a little bit better because it's a crystal. I mean,
yeah. I also think he's checked everything he can reach in Pod right now. So he's got the 5 keys and is kind of checked all those random locations.
I think he kept a spare key, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, if he did the hammer yump, then he would have a spare key.
Right.
You know, for the potential Helmasaur play, which as we know, is not necessary.
Exactly. All right. So what's interesting here is crossproduct didn't actually do the front of Desert at all. So he's coming in here and using his small key to skip one of the keys in this area.
Nice.
Because he knows he's in go mode. That's pretty great.
Oh, and that's pretty cool because, you know, dashing from the door gets you the key dash. You just walk in, start dashing. Oh, and Butter Sword on Landmola's.
A nice pickup.
I'm not complaining.
Nice little present here, because probably not going to see any chests picked up in Ganon's Tower, but crossproduct does have all 7 crystals now, and he's off to Ganon's Tower.
Everybody get your guesses in where the Ganon start. Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
If
you can't fool me.
If you guess the mushroom location, then there you go. I think it was like number 9 or something for some of these runners.
It might have been like number 3 for somebody. Yeah, or 2.
Yeah, I think for one of our runners it was number 3.
It was like Link's House Sanctuary that.
I think they did. I think they actually checked the Thieves' Hideout first.
Oh, maybe.
But I don't know why. Alright, so crossproduct making his way up to Ganon's Tower, going the Dark World way. Technically a little slower, but also does not involve getting trolled by dead rocks. So there's also that.
And crossproduct's managed to play a really good game here, not setting a foot in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, well played. Yeah, and like I was saying, the small amount of early available pod keys just kind of made me think, yeah, it's a red herring.
And it appears it was. I mean, we did find red mail. I guess that's a red herring. But he isn't gonna need that. He's got plenty of health.
Yeah, crossproduct seemed to be finding a lot of things later than everybody else, and then just, you know, his knowledge of the logic of the game and his ability to execute things properly just managed to get him back in the lead.
Yeah, I think it seemed like he was doing a lot of things early on that were not paying off in the light world, but he managed to route all those things together and knock them off, his list of things to do. So he didn't have to do that later in the game, and all these other players had 1Z and 2Z locations later on, and that came back to bite them because they had to go check them one by one.
And all right, cross product is heading through Ganon's Tower. Meanwhile, Skipsy is going to make the left side swamp play, so he's not going to miss that Desert Palace big key. Oh, I remember I was talking about key dashing, but he doesn't have the boots, so that's dumb.
Hey, you never know. Maybe he'll pick up a chest here somewhere at the top of Ganon's Tower, and he'll key dash downwards? I don't know.
Seems good.
For the right before Moldorm 2, that's like the last opportunity.
Yeah, that'll totally happen. Let's see. So so last night, the very last chest in Ganon's Tower had, for me, had the Swamp Palace small key, which is hilarious.
That's amazing.
Just thought I'd throw that one out there. I don't know if we'll get to see what's in the final chest here today, but I imagine Cross Product will do something to it. Whether it's open it or not, he'll do something. This is Cross Product we're talking about.
Really clean gauntlet room so far. I had to open my mouth, but
oh yeah,
still, this is solid.
Yeah,
considering you have no boots, this can be very difficult to do.
Yeah, a little trolled in that final room, but what are you gonna do? Cross Product has no time for powdering or bunny beams. He's just like, nope. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna bust up some worms.
Gotta watch the health though. Only 3 hearts left.
Yeah, want to be careful.
Oh, just pop in the blue potion. That'll work.
Yeah, he's got backups.
Skipsy did get that Desert Palace big key and is about to be in go mode, grabbing that Misery Mire big key here in the back of Swamp. Now just has to take down Argus and clean up the remaining 2 crystal dungeons.
Oh, the bug net in that final chest. So that, or in that waterfall chest, feels good.
Cross Product, you gotta go back.
How are you gonna beat Aghanim 2 without the bug net? I don't know.
There's no other way.
You also gotta find the boots so you can net dash.
He says no to us. Skipping over all these chests and going right to Moldworm 2. I don't blame him.
Yep. Probably refill his magic here with this pot. And we will get ready to destroy us a Moldorm. Couple slashes or a slash and a spin. Either way, you're fine.
Yeah, with butter, it's
slash and a
so
poke.
Much better. Skipsy's gonna watch the health here with only 1 heart, but he's doing well.
It looks like he did open it up. It turned out to be a small key to Mire.
That red mail is paying dividends there for Skipsy as he took 1 more day.
Wow!
Against Argus, but manages to clutch it out and grabs his 5th crystal. Dragonstrike now joining Skipsy in Swamp, but Skipsy's out of there.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, the fact that that Misery Mire key was there at the top of Ganon's Tower tells you that the logic does not have much regard for Misery Mire small keys, except with respect to those Firelock chests on the left side.
Exactly.
And as we know, they had a whole lot of diddly squat. Cross product facing off against Geometry Class, the boss.
Did all right for himself. It was like a 4 or 5 round. And it's off to Ganon. Cross product's about to close out this match.
All right, so the Ganon fight begins. We've got Butter Sword Silvers, Blue Male. You'll want to not take damage, but other than that, this is gonna feel great.
Yeah, this should go quick. It's just 6 slashes per phase.
Ganon stopping in a weird location there.
Very
Not sure
weird.
what causes that.
Oh, about that damage. He's gonna bust out that blue pot so fast. Now keep in mind, we do have 2 different matches happening here simultaneously. It's Dragonstrike versus MaxKetchumz and Cross Product versus Skipsy. If Dragonstrike completes his run, then he will automatically win against MaxKetchumz.
So that text you saw Ganon do was a paraphrase of the vanilla text that appears in the game.
Oh no!
Oh!
He fell! Wow.
So Cross Product gonna have to do it again. I would say catch this fairy, but he didn't get the bug net.
And he doesn't have the boots to bonk the fairy out of the tree.
Overrated.
Overrated. Don't need that one.
Can't you just shake the tree with your mind? Wouldn't bombs work? I don't understand. What's wrong with this game?
Alright, well, Skipsy has cleaned up Desert Palace and is finishing up Misery Mire, but he still has to do all of Ganon's Tower and Agatu, and then he'll be on par with Cross Product. So Cross Product has some time here, no problem.
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't. Let's just hope he doesn't continue the whole falling in holes routine.
Well, he did so much better there, dodging all the bats. Didn't take a single point of damage. There's Desert Big Key for Dragonstrike. A little frustrated with that one. Throws a pot at the shield chest.
We certainly found the arrows in Castle Tower. I believe everyone has been to Castle Tower to pick up those arrows. And it's quite possible some of them went there in the dark.
Cross playing it pretty safe here.
Ooh.
There's the double to finish off Ganon.
Well done. And there we go, Cross Product finishing off Ganon and finishing the race with a 2:07.05. And he finished with what is apparently a Keysanity personal best, at least as far as race time goes, for Cross Product by about 57 seconds.
Well played by Cross Product, managing to evade Palace of Darkness completely. Got pretty lucky that there wasn't anything in there, but as you mentioned, there were signs that Palace of Darkness wasn't really worth, and it was true. Palace of Darkness really did not pay off, and he managed to avoid all that and went through a really nice sequence to get the win here. So congratulations to Cross Product.
Yeah, Cross Product apparently very excited about that Link's Awakening text at the end of the game. He's known for some Link's Awakening action. And let's see if we can talk to him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's get him in here. Dragonstrike did just pick up the bug net and is heading to Argus, and did also get both big keys needed to be in go mode. So Dragonstrike is also in go mode. He's going to be knocking out these last few dungeons here at the end of the game. Now, keep in mind, he still has to do both Misery Mire and Desert Palace, but he'll get there. Now he can just knock him out.
Oh, well, there's cross product in the chat.
Good old block stick for sale. Nice Viscerous fight from Skipsy. He's off to Ganon's Tower now.
Yep, that's going to be a pretty quick run up Ganon's Tower for him as well.
Okay, let's be real here. There's no running. let's be crystal clear right now.
Yeah. You can run with your mind. Doesn't that work?
I guess that counts.
And hello, cross product. Well played.
Hey, thanks. Some of it, yeah.
No, seriously, GG, man. Well played. Like, you managed to evade Palace of Darkness entirely. I thought that was awesome. No, not Ice Palace, but a lot of other players sequence broke into Ice Palace way before you even went in
Oh,
there.
really? I thought about it, but I'm like, nah, I'll wait till I get flippers. Because I don't want to sequence break into a pendant dungeon.
Yeah, you found the lamp at the waterfall before you found the flippers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, also in your mind, you're like, okay, well the lamps, I need the flippers for the lamp anyway, so there's nothing in there, right? Kinda.
I mean, I don't know. A couple of big keys I still needed, and mirror. It was mirror, desert big key, and Mire big key were like the last three things that I wanted, right?
Right.
And I was fluting over to Ice Palace. I'm like, let's just go check Waterfall Fairy. Nah, I've already committed to Ice Palace. Let's full clear Ice Palace.
Aw. Feels bad, man.
Oh well.
But how did you feel about finding that lamp? Like, did that deter you from anything or make you think about the logic in the game? Because the logic was extremely convoluted, if you look back on it.
Yeah, it made me think about Death Mountain more than anything, I think. I was like, okay, because I hadn't had Flute yet, and Flute came fairly late. Who dropped that? Arma? Mothula, okay. I'm like, Flute's coming, either Flute or Flippers has to come up pretty soon, basically. So that's as far as I got in trying to think about the logic for the,
Right.
The lantern, yeah. I wasn't really thinking, and actually, none of the good stuff in Mire or Turtle Rock were behind dark rooms either.
Right.
Correct.
And I never touched Palace of Darkness, so...
Well, they had to. What was crazy, let's see if I can even remember this logic. You had to go to Zora to get the red cane, so you could go to Turtle Rock to get Ether, so you could go to Mire to get Flippers, so you could get the lamp to go back to finish both of those dungeons. Well, and you also had to go to Swamp to get the big key for Misery Mire. So, like, it was extremely convoluted, that whole lamp sequence break nonsense, but everybody got lamp. Everybody got lamp. So, it didn't matter.
Not to mention the fact that you had to get the flute from Mothula, right?
Mm-hmm. But what, and Fire Rod was...
Agate Tower.
Oh, Agate Tower, yeah. And that was, I mean, there were sword upgrades everywhere, so... Well, there were two. There was, one in Hype Cave, and one in, Thieves Town. So, right. Agate Tower is accessible early, so it was like... Agate Tower was accessible early, which gives you Fire Rod, which gives you Flute, which puts you in the Death Mountain, where there wasn't anything anyway. except for Quake to get into Turtle Rock. But
Yeah, Cape was also in Hype Cave, so you guys really had some quick Agate Tower access, but it's a hard place to go to.
You know, I want to go back to Ice Palace. The bait into Ice Palace was so strong because I had the big key and both small keys and hookshot and red cane. It's like everything that you could need to get through Ice Palace, including all the keys.
Yeah, that was a pretty strong.
So I was like, oh, it's got to be Ice Palace, right?
And it was green pendant too.
Yeah, and it was a green pendant.
We almost saw you save and quit after the boss.
Yeah, I was like, I forgot it was the green pendant. I was like, all right, Cold Stare's got to drop something. And then he dropped a red rupee or something. I'm like, forget this, I'm out of here. And then as I hit the save and quit screen, I see the green pendant falling down. I'm like, no, I need that.
And then, of course, Azrala not cooperating either.
Yeah. I gave him what for?
I just want to point out, like, those back-to-back Land Molus fights from Skipsy and Dragonstrike, both doing a really excellent job here. And Dragonstrike does have his final crystal, so he's going up to Ganon's Tower now. Skipsy nearly at the top of Ganon's Tower, so still a fairly close race between the two of you, but, you know, he spent some time delving through Pod, and I think that saved you a lot of time.
Yeah, I thought if I had, you know, toward the end when, you know, you're doing that climb up to Ganon's Tower and you just reflect on your life, I thought my big takeaway, my big advantage was that I managed to stay out of Pod.
Yep, that is very true. It is amazing with all the, you know, significant amount of value that you generally see in Pod that you managed to stay out, and it was the right play. I mean, the fact that the keys came real late maybe helped with that.
Yeah, I try not to really go into Pod unless I have a good number of keys, and I haven't gotten around to learning the bomb jump yet either, which worked in my favor today.
Oh,
so
wow.
It just was another deterrent from not going in there.
Skipsy's trying to give me a heart attack over here with this half a heart, by the way. Just ignored all the anti-fairies and stuff. Ignored that final chest, ignored getting more magic.
I think I did pretty well in execution as far as deaths went. I don't even remember if I had an unintentional death at any point in that run. And normally I've got a handful of them.
Nice.
And if you thought I had an unintentional death, that was intended.
Don't try to play it off.
Skipsy does have a fairy though, so we're fine.
I'll let you guys get back to commentating. Thanks for having me for the race today. Make sure you give these commentators a follow. And I will see you guys all around.
All right,
and well played once again.
We'll look forward to seeing you in the next round.
All right, bye.
All right, so Skipsy coming up on the Aghanim 2 fight. This will be a pretty quick fight, I think. Oh, that was a beautiful pattern. Have you seen such a beautiful pattern in your life?
Yeah. But it was a beautiful pattern, either way. So, it was definitely beautiful. It was well done. Well executed, too.
Alright, Skipsy heading into the Ganon fight. This will once again be a very normally simple fight. I'm not going to try to jinx it again.
Yeah, he's coming in here with 4 hearts, but he'll be fine. He's got the magic to take him out. I'll be a little careful here, but he's got the hits on Ganon that he needs. Whew.
All right, and
Dodge
we're on to
those
phase 3.
Nicely done. Dragonstrike running into a little trouble here in this gauntlet room. This guy's got the jumps on him.
Cellshaft coming in and reminding us that there is no such thing as superstition.
But how else can we commentate or curse people? I don't understand. Skipsy going for the silverless strats here on Ganon. Showing off.
Did he not get them?
He has them.
I mean, it's on his tracker. And yeah, he's got them. He's just doing silverless for no reason. I mean, why not? Why not?
Get a little practice in. No problem.
Get out of my head. Wait.
Nice land mode 2 from Dragonstrike.
And Skipsy just with a few more hits left. That is it. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done.
GG to Skipsy.
That was an excellently executed silverless Ganon fight, even though it was unnecessary. And Skipsy finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 20 minutes even. And he does comment the fact that he is really tilted, but he's going to come talk to us anyway.
Excellent. Dragonstrike's not too far behind. It's getting pretty close here.
And we welcome to the chat Skipsy. Congratulations on finishing.
Thank you. This is so sad. Oh no.
So you noted that you were extremely tilted. What particularly about this caused you to tilt so hard?
Well, the mirror.
Yeah.
Exactly this one item. The moment I didn't know where it, I never knew where it was, and it was the last location I checked, and at that point I'm like, yeah, cross one, GG. I was, at that point everything was like, my mind was blank.
It was really a tricky location, and like the logic involved in order to actually collect that, you know, with Lamp's location in particular, was extremely convoluted. It was crazy.
It was definitely a crazy. I agree. There was. I sequence broke so much. I sequence broke Death Mountain. I should have never been able to go there. I sequence broke Ice Palace. I sequence broke the whole Sora thing. And the flippers were in Meyer, if I recall correctly. Like,
correct.
That
correct.
made no sense logic-wise. This game wanted you to sequence break.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it really
basically,
Felt like it.
the chain that gets you there is so dumb. Like, you get the fire rod in Aghanim's tower, then you get the flute off of Mothula, then you go up to Death Mountain and you can get things there.
You go to Zora, you get Red Cane. You go to T-Rock, you get Ether. You leave, you go to Meyer, and you get the flippers, which lets you get the lamp so you can actually complete Meyer and T-Rock. But you're still not done, because you can't get into Swamp. Once you beat T-Rock and Eastern with that lamp,
Just
then you
crazy.
can get the...
It was just crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It's really stupid how that worked out, but, you know, it happens.
It happens, and I should pay more close attention to the fairy, like the crystals. I don't know how Cross played, but if I kept track of those crystals, like I had in the back of my mind that I completed one crystal, and I thought the second crystal was in Mire because I made a really quick check at the start of the game.
Ooh, oh no.
And with that in mind, I just completely bumped myself with that.
Oh,
I want to say Cross Product very early on in the Dark World checked the Big Bomb vendor and learned the locations of the 2, 5, 6 crystals.
We had the map which said where the second crystal was. So it was on the map. And
oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, that's why I checked it early. But
Yeah, so-
for some reason I didn't mark it down, and then I was like, oh shit, you didn't mark it down? And then, yeah, it was in Mire, right? Yeah, it will be in Mire.
oh. But yeah, so your opponent, the way he routed things, he was a little more reluctant to sequence break than you were. He kind of stuck around in the logically available areas first.
Yeah, eventually he did, he did fake flippers early on.
Right.
And for Hobo, I don't think he actually ended up getting the lamp. And then early on,
You can only do that if you have the
Moon Pearl, yeah.
Moon Pearl, and the Moon Pearl was late. I think it was in Feasttown, wasn't it?
Moon Pearl was
no,
Uncle.
no. Of course, it can't be. Yeah,
It's not
Can't be
Uncle, I believe.
yeah, Uncle.
That was like the second item Cross Product picked up.
Exactly.
Oh, all right. My bad. I just switched things around in my head again. Oh my god, that's why I don't win in this game.
Oh.
Well, the logic was particularly crazy in this one, so I don't blame you. We were trying to figure out what was going on ourselves.
Logic is a
thought-
myth.
I thought the lamp was somewhere at Angina, is this guy called, in the desert.
Right.
I think it would have been made a lot more sense for this seed for the lamp to be there.
Yeah, it just turned out it was a big 20.
Yeah.
But you did also make some fantastic plays in this race. I believe you were the first one to find the fire rod and thus found, well, actually, I think Dragonstrike found the fire rod, but you found it soon after, and you were the first one to find the flute. So I think Dragonstrike put off doing Mothula for so long.
Right.
I think I played, well, for my standards, I'm not a Ajnab or, well, Benja. I'm not a Willard, but I think for my standards, I played the seed very good. But the only mistake I made, well, big mistake, was the mirror location. There could have been maybe a bit more better routing decisions, but if I didn't forget that, maybe I would have checked it earlier, and then everything would have been better, and maybe it would have been a close race.
Yeah.
Well,
so
maybe.
I think you routed the seed very well, and it just didn't necessarily cooperate with your routing.
Yeah.
So we did have Dragonstrike finish the seed with a time of 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds. His first statement after doing that was, "Could somebody burn the VOD, please?"
Please, let's us all burn the wad.
GG to Dragonstrike, though. Well done.
And it does look like Dragonstrike is going to pass on the interview this time. But well played on him. He does get the win for that match.
Yeah, congratulations on his win. It's unfortunate
Congrats.
that Max did forfeit there. Had a lot of trouble at Trinex, but it is what it is. And Dragonstrike actually takes the win here. Dragonstrike was struggling for so long, trying to figure out what his problem was, and he had a similar problem to you, Skipsy. I think he hadn't marked Quake on his tracker, and he didn't know that he had it. And
Right.
so he didn't know he could get into Turtle Rock for a long time.
I also didn't mark down Quake, but when I made the play to Turtle Rock, I knew it had to be Quake. I just knew it.
Nice. All right,
It's fun
so
that the medallions were vanilla in this one.
so Skipsy, I have to ask, what do you think about Keysanity as a mode?
It's a bit better than Open,
Okay.
in my opinion, because I always make the wrong gambles in Open. Well, that's not the sole reason. I think Keysanity, what's the word for if you do something good?
Rewards or
I'm not native English. I'm always looking for words when I'm talking in English.
you're saying like Keysanity rewards you playing?
Yeah,
a certain way?
reward.
Okay.
Reward is the perfect word. Keysanity rewards more logic plays, like hey, or number plays, like that's a better those two. Like hey, I can check Death Mountain. It may be a sequence break, but there are 10 chests there, and maybe this will open up something to another place where I didn't want to sequence break earlier. And there is a lot more room. There are some open seats which are very linear. Like you just get the bow, you go to Eastern early, and from Eastern you get the next items to the next dungeon. It's very chaotic in Keysanity, and it opened up a lot of plays. I mean, this seed was very linear as well, but it had more room for plays, like cross-producting.
Oh.
All right. So,
I like that. I mean that's a good description of Keysanity. It's just like you can go off in so many different directions and make different gambles. But like you said, you know, going for higher density, like more items and all that stuff generally works out more. But in this case, yeah, it was a little bit more linear. So you can still have that in Keysanity when it feels like you have to do the entire game. There are situations where you know, you can still
Well, it all depends on the
gambles that
seed,
pay off.
right? There are
Yep.
some seeds which are very fast. I've seen 1 hour 30-minute Keysanity for live here on stream on Speed Gaming.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, my point still stands. Just there are more plays available.
Yeah, and that's exciting, and that's why we have these fun tournament matches. So hope to see some more exciting play out of you in the next round.
Hopefully.
all right. So, thank you very much, Skipsy, for showing off your talents here on stream, and thank you to all of our runners for allowing us to display these matches.
Thank you for the
It's been a
interview.
good one. Oh, no problem. All right, so I think with that, we're going to try to wrap things up here. I want to once again thank our runners, thank our trackers, Dude and B-Links, way getting things done way better than I could.
Absolutely, they have done a phenomenal job throughout this whole race. Two awesome 1v1 matches here, so props to them.
And of course, thanks to Feasel and the Speed Gaming Network for hosting the tournament and giving us a platform to show off the talents of these runners. And also, of course, thank you to you, Alucard, for commentating with me today.
Oh yeah, it was a blast, and thank you, Dr. Bobtastic. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
All right. And with that, unless you have anything else you'd like to say, I think we can wrap things up here. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It does look like we have a couple matches ongoing right now on, you know, some of the Speed Gaming channels and ALTTPR 1, 2, and 3 coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern. So in just 15 minutes. There's a lot of stuff still happening tonight, so make sure you guys are staying tuned. A big 4-way race coming up at 10 p.m. on Speed Gaming 3, right here on Speed Gaming 3. So make sure you guys are checking out all the action, because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of matches happening every single day here.
Indeed. So yeah, all the rando you can stand available on the Speed Gaming Network and the ALTTP Randomizer Network. All you can stand. So, on that note, I have been Dr. Bobtastic.
And I'm Alucard.
And I'll see you later.
See you guys. Was fun.
Bye-bye.